What's up? Here we are again, another edition of the Motley Croc Show. We have some special guests coming in tonight, which is really, really cool. So let's see here. I sent out some invites. We definitely want to send those out right now and get those going a little bit for sure. Definitely want to do that. Boom. All right, let's see what we got here. We are live. Here we go. Anyways, we're going to have some fun stuff tonight. So I'm thinking that tonight we're going to do some UFO stuff, some ghost stuff again, and maybe some animal stuff. What's fun is we're going into that time of year, which is, you know what time of year it is. And a matter of fact, I'm going to start decorating, I think, backdrops about the second week. So we'll do different horror backdrops and so on and so forth. So while I'm waiting on some of my crew to pop in here, I've sent out some invites. We got some people coming. So if you guys can hear me and I'm coming through clear, it'd be great to hear from you. Let me know what you got going on. Let me see what's what, who's who, and who's here and who's not while we wait on some of our guests. We have a special guest coming in on, let's see here, 7:30. As soon as I get some more information on that, that'd be great. I'll go ahead and put that out. I want to make sure we do all that right before I do it. Double checking as usual. We always have some sort of technical difficulty here and there, but it's not too bad. I think we'll be okay. All right, let's see. We got anybody coming in yet? Nope, not yet. What's up, Ange? How you doing? Loud and clear. That's cool. Thank you. Katie, what's going on? Bill, what's up, dude? Long time. Hope the turtles are doing pretty good. I posted a picture of some of baby redfoots this morning, too, on my Instagram page, crocstar.tv, if you want to check them out. There's some cool little babies. Redfoots are awesome. Bill Murray, Redfoot Ranch, he's got a lot of cool tourists going on. Mike, what's up, Michael? How you doing, buddy? So, like I said, I have some other people. I'm waiting for them to come on in. We're going to see what's going on with that there. And then once I get them started, I will definitely get stuff going. Let's see. Everybody can hear us. Awesome. That's so cool. So glad to hear it. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I put them up. Some people were responding to it today. It was pretty fun. Yeah, man, it's just been one of those days, and it's been hot as hell. I had some family down in there. We were hanging out a little bit today and just trying to pick up some different things and see if we got anybody out this way. Let's see what we got. What's up, Joseph? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Glad you're doing better. Let's see here. Let me put these out again. Make sure everybody's got their stuff. We've already done that. We'll make sure everybody's good to go. And we're copied there. All right. Looks like somebody's trying to come in here. Yeah, we're just waiting on Nate. Nate's coming in sometime. We'll see. We got a good group here, dude. It's good to see everybody. Man, it's gone. Yeah, I've been through it too, bro. It was a tough thing. I'm really glad you're doing better. A lot of people don't come out of it as that good, so it's kind of nice to see everybody like hanging in there. And I know we had a couple of us were down and out for a little bit. So, yeah, well, all right. Well, I see some links popping up in here, but I haven't got anything solid where I can bring anybody on yet. So we're just going to run that for a minute and see. How's everybody else's day been going so far? How's everything been going out there? Anybody doing anything exciting for Memorial Weekend? Tonight's the night that I didn't expect to see a whole lot of people just due to the fact that they have family in. So it's kind of interesting. So I figured, normally when we have that kind of stuff, look, looks like Nate's popping in here too. Normally when we have that kind of stuff, we have a tendency to fall on a holiday sometimes. And when we fall on a holiday, what's up, Nate?
What's going on, man?
What's up?
My camera's all screwed up again.
It is? Your camera's, you look normal to me. You look normal to me.
That's why it looks all cloudy, though.
Well, you've been surfing in that salt water and stuff too, so.
Yeah, because I take my phone in the ocean.
I do too sometimes. The other day I put it in the pool and I was filming something and it looked pretty good, actually. It's kind of cool.
I haven't braved that test.
Hey man, I got a 12 and it guarantees it. So I tried it and it filmed underwater and did good. So did Katie.
Even with the because I don't have any way to close the charging port.
No, they don't do that anymore. They got like a brass and it's brass, and so it just blows out. You can just blow it out and it's done. And it's cool because if you plug it in, it says water detected in port area, please clear. So you go and you plug it in, it works. I had to try it because it guarantees it,
Yeah. Well,
so,
maybe I'll have to try it too.
I hope you do. I hope you do.
You hope I do, because I'll come back on the show and be like, you fucking punked me, motherfucker.
Yeah. No, it'll work. What do you have? Do you have the 11 or the 12?
I'm still on the 10. I have the 10.
Well, it said the 10's water resistant too, but I'll guarantee that. That 12 really does work like that. I've seen it. So like I said, we have some guests. I was waiting on Brittany's giving me some information. She's got a surprise guest she's going to bring on for us. So that's kind of cool. I'm kind of excited. Cool. I guess it's kind of a cool thing. So I want to see that too. She hasn't given me any info yet on it. She's a clusterfuck sometimes, I can tell you that. But I'm texting her too to make sure she's there. But yeah, we're having a guest come on like that too. We're going to talk about, like I said, ghosts, goblins, ghouls. We're in September, and we know September and October are our scary months. So I'm highly debating. Here comes Brittany from What the Fuck Paranormal. Hold on one second. Here she is. What the Fuck Paranormal.
Hi, I like how you accented that. Hello.
Yeah, what the fuck paranormal. So what I was saying was I was thinking about, I have an alter ego. Everybody's familiar with this named Slaughters. So I think all 4 Sundays in Halloween, I'm going to go ahead and host the show with Slaughters. And I think Halloween falls on a Sunday this year.
Nice.
So I think we'll record the show like on a Saturday or a Thursday, and we'll do something really creepy. But I think we ought to come on in costume through the months of October when we do the show. Anybody bring on?
Oh, that'll be... I'll do it. I'm down.
So talk to me, Brittany. I know you got a guest coming on for me and Nate tonight, so we're going to have some fun with that. And we have some good viewership right now. We got a lot of people watching. I don't know if you guys did share parties or whatever, watch parties, but there's a lot of people watching. And so tell us about the guest. I'm going to grab something real quick, so tell us about it.
Yeah, and I also need to, yes. So our guest tonight is my dear friend. She's a psychic medium. She's up in New Jersey. She's a celebrity psychic. She worked a lot with the New Jersey Housewives, things like that. She does a lot of events with the ghost hunter teams. She just did a UFO conference last night that she got to host and basically be a part of, which for her was really amazing and kind of changing for her because she learned a lot. But a topic that I'll have her discuss tonight is something that she and I have been talking about for a while now, where people believe that their house is haunted, but it ends up being actual extraterrestrial activity in their home.
No way.
Yeah. So it's kind of like being misunderstood. Yeah. So we joke about it, and I know she'll talk about it tonight because she always laughs and she goes, yeah, I got to put my big girl panties on for that because I can't control them. It's a new plane of dimension that I'm not used to. And there's a lot of things that she does where she will see that it's actual like terrestrial activity or visitation in people's homes, and they think they're having ghostly encounters, but it's actually extraterrestrial. So it's a topic that a lot of people don't know about, but it's something that she and I have discussed because of some of the stuff that I've been into and she's been into, and we've talked about it. So yeah, it's really fascinating. So I'm bringing her on tonight. Her actual name on her website is called Intuitive April, and you can look her up, and she has an Instagram account. She actually follows WTF Paranormal, our team, which is awesome. And that's actually how we met 3.5 years ago. And we've been best friends ever since. We talk almost every day via text message. And believe it or not, I've never talked to her. I've never had her read me. I've never been into that. I've just had her as a dear friend. So she's just a really good friend, but we are in the same field together. We know the same people. So it's always fun to just chat and talk about stuff with her. Yeah.
That's really cool.
I'm going to send this over so that you have it and we can add it to the mix. But she's a doll. I love her to pieces. So I thought it'd be fun if we brought her on and she could talk about some stuff. And she loves going live because she loves that connection with people. She loves the actual connection with people.
We fucking hate it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well.
Just kidding. We can't.
It's good. I'm just listening to you, Brittany. I think that's good because, that way I can monitor some of the questions if anybody asks, and I'll just throw them at her when they come out because, I'm hosting it. So I'm going to be the one that sees the comments unless somebody's watching as well on their device, then, you won't be able to see too much of it, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Did you send the invite? Did you send her an invite over?
I did. Yeah. You sent the link to me and I sent it to her. So
yes, Daniel, I did pick up. You know what? I did pick up the package Saturday. As a matter of fact, Brittany, Nate, hold the ground for a minute. I'm going to grab 2 little cool guests. I'm going to bring on here real quick, but I don't have anybody assistant to help me today, so I have to go and get them. But they were fucking awesome. It was a good friend of Nate and ours. Brought something for us that we're going to put at the zoo. I'm going to bring them on, Dan. So stay tuned. And Joseph, if you're still here, keep an eye. I'm going to bring something pretty cool out. It's very seasonal, and I think it'll be really good for this time. So take it over, and I'll see you in a minute.
All right. So talking about paranormal stuff, do you watch that show Supernatural?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think? You like that show?
I followed it for like a couple of seasons, and I was like, this is actually really cool. What I find interesting is the writers really know a lot about the paranormal world, and so they try and write it into their shows, but they make it more entertaining.
We really like that series just because it kind of goes off the rails, then back on the rails, and then all over the place. So it's a lot of fun. But I was listening to another podcast the other day, and I can't remember for the life of me who it was, but they were talking about, it was some director producer guy, but he was talking about an author that's and you may know the name of the book. You may have heard of this. I don't know. But I guess there's going to be a movie that probably, hopefully, comes out in the next couple of years based on vampires and a theory that the way he described it, I was like, no shit. That theory could actually make sense to be that vampires are really real and exist as not quite a human species, but kind of. But it hinges on the cusp of the fact that humans are the only thing that don't have a natural predator. So vampires, or the legend of it, were that was what maintains a healthy population of humans, and how they went extinct, like 6,000 years ago, and just became legends because of architecture and some. It's weird. There was a whole rabbit hole of it, but it was fascinating. If I find the link, I'll send it to you. And for anybody watching, I'll post it on the page so you can go see it too. But I want to say it was a Joe Rogan. I think Joe Rogan interviewed the guy that was talking about the book. But
I like Joe Rogan.
I mean, I'm not, you know me, I'm more of a skeptic than anything else. But I was like, man, I love a good storyline that really connects all the dots and makes it plausible. Yeah. And the way they described this species, quote unquote. Just
send me the link. I'm sure Troy would like it too.
Oh yeah, I bet he would.
Yeah.
I got something unique.
Yeah. Well, that sounded real dirty and inappropriate, sir. This is a family show. Oh wait, no, it's not. What do you got? There you go.
Aww.
These are white American alligators. Would you look at that? Would you look at it? They're so white. They're my little ghost of the season. This one's a little nice, and this one's a little, I'll snip you in the nose if I can. But it's okay. Everybody's got a different personality. Kiss.
Oh, my God.
They are absolutely cool. These belong to Love Reptiles, Adina and Brian Love. And they are going for the season. They're going to be going out to the Sarasota Jungle Gardens so that people can do pictures with them and hold them and learn about American alligators in a really, really cool way. Like, these guys are just totally awesome. So
it's funny because the green screens,
they reflect everything. They're so shiny you can see through them. Look, they're ghost gators, man. Yeah. Ghost gators.
That's awesome.
He wants to speak right now. Okay, go ahead. Say something in the microphone. Hello, guys. I'd like to see you guys come out and come see me. Anyways, yep, these guys are beautiful little animals. They're about 26 inches long. That was making gator calls.
Oh, I was like, oh, did you hear it?
They're about 26 inches long, and they're going to be really, really cool. These are little cousins to Pearl, and everybody who knows who Pearl is that's been with us. But yeah, aren't they just gorgeous? Let me sit back and show you. Look at that.
That's awesome. How big are they, Troy?
Sexy gators. Sexy. I'd like to wear them. They're so good looking.
How big are they?
24 and 26 inches.
Wow.
You see this guy here? He's a little bit bigger, this guy. Yep, 24 and 26
They're so cute. Look at them.
Aren't they adorable? All right,
I love
let's
them.
get them back in the water. Bye, guys. All right, everybody say goodbye. Woo! Let's go.
My little spirits.
They're little spirits.
Little spirits.
Little ghost named spirits.
Little spirit ghosts.
I like how they had enough little dirt on them that it caught the green screen thing in the background.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
They did look like you could see through them, though. That was cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking little natural defects of the natural world oddities.
Speaking of the natural world, natural defects, we all do know. We do know that Love, he specializes in crazy critters. This happens to be an albino Chinese soft shell. So this is actually pretty badass too, man. But
you can't even see him.
So white. You can see, so this is a ghost. This is a ghost, folks. This is a ghost. I'll tell you what. While I'm doing this, I will turn off so you guys can see him. I will turn off the green screen for just a minute, just so you guys can see him.
Oh my God! Look at how cute he is.
Isn't that guy amazing?
Look at his little nose.
Chinese soft shell.
He's so cute.
Little bite of the camera. I do like the fact that he's you can see through him here like a ghost.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's perfect for the season. But yeah, I'll sit back with him a little bit so you can see him. But yeah, this is a albino Chinese soft shell. So the super, super white in him, you can see through.
That's funny.
Isn't it
awesome? So awesome.
It's so cool.
It's the only turtle species even more invisible. In the world Look at that has cloaking technology.
Super invisible. Super. Let's bring him down. Let's change him a little bit. So who said it doesn't get fun here? I mean, really.
That almost did it with your
You should call him, his name should be like Philadelphia Experiment.
He is,
like, right? Goes invisible.
He likes to fly in and he likes to fly out. Anyhow, that's a white, that would be an albino Chinese soft shell, which is pretty, it's not a common thing. They're just a beautiful animal. And if you see them, they got different colors. I'm going to put him back. I'll be right back.
Idle talk, dead time. It's bad for radio.
Just kidding. Yeah, I've been like, I did a night watch last night on the lake, and there was some weird things. And it's cool because a lot of people that do night watches, they don't download the like air traffic control app. So they'll be like, oh, you know, I don't know what that is. It's probably a plane, but the problem is without the air traffic control. Oh, there he is. There's the mascot of the
I always bring, I'm not looking, I'm getting a kiss. I always bring this guy on for David. David Zeke loves the lemurs. So I always bring Slash or Axel. This is Slash. He's getting big. You smell like you stunk up your diaper?
He is the cutest thing ever.
Did you put a stinky in your diaper?
Axel's amazing.
You smell like you put a stinky in your diaper.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of downloading footage and fuzzy creatures that people love, did you hear the latest? I heard on the news this morning that somebody got, and it was weird because we were talking about it last week, how nobody seems to ever get like a high definition, really good quality video of a Bigfoot. But apparently somebody was listening to the show, not really, but somebody recently in the news got like a really good high quality video of a Bigfoot sighting.
Is that the one where he's going through the water?
I don't know. Like I was going to ask you, have you heard anything about it? Have you seen it? What do you think of it?
There's one that has like an alleged Bigfoot going through the water, and it's like red. It's like a red one. And there's like several claims. So one of them says, oh, if you look, you can see that it's carrying a deer, like it killed a deer and it's carrying it through the water and it's like half chest deep. I'm assuming that's the Bigfoot one, because there was another one too where somebody launched a photograph saying like it's the best photograph ever on a deer cam or like a trail cam of a Bigfoot. But to me, I'm like, it looks like a guy in a suit.
It's always bullshit. Nobody ever gets good.
I haven't.
They never get nothing good.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just as
But
much
the
of a
one in the
skeptic
water
as
though
everybody else,
is questionable because of the movement and it going through water. It's out like it was out at like a campsite, like way out in the mountains. So it's not like.
Was it an orangutan carrying a baby orangutan?
I'm always really skeptical about these videos. Like unless I see it for myself, it's just really hard.
I always think that too. It's an orangutan.
Well, if you go by the theory
of it. I
haven't
haven't seen the videos or the pictures or anything. I just heard a snippet about it on the news this morning.
I think that's
on the
radio. One. Unless it's a different one.
But they said, basically they said exactly what you just said, where it's like, so far, this is like the best photograph or video ever taken of a Bigfoot or something. And I was like,
that's what they say. But I've seen some really good ones that make me go, I don't know. I think that's legit.
Things that make you go,
yeah, exactly.
I think when people convince you that they've got a good picture of Bigfoot, that's just a Bigfoot that's either he's mentally not right or he doesn't suck. He sucks at playing hide and seek because they're supposed to be really good at this now. So I want to see like a real lizard person underneath the fin.
Could you imagine if V was real?
Oh my God. People? When I was little, Nate, Troy used to take the V doll. I kid you not, right? And he'd be like, here, why don't you play with the V doll with your Barbie dolls? He's so great because, he'd look like a normal person, right? And then you would take it off and then he'd be the lizard. But he'd go, look, Ken would be great to hang out with Barbie. And he would push the tongue through the face. It used to scare me so bad. And then one time he's like, I don't think that Ken feels very well. And he like ripped the face off. And he was
I wish I still had that V doll. You know what that thing would be worth right now if I still had that?
Oh, it's torture though for me. little sister that was tortured with a Barbie and some weird ass doll.
Nate wasn't very lucky. He didn't get to have a sister, so.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you're missing out.
So what you're divulging to the world right now, and what my takeaway from this retelling of this epic tale is that Troy used to play with dolls.
I still do. Has anyone been to my house and see how many skeleton dolls I have? I have all kinds of dolls. I wish I would have kept all those. They'd be all lined up.
You do have a pretty cool collection, but I think you're right. I think if you still had that thing from way back then.
My parents started that bullshit. They bought me that 1979 36-inch tall Alien from the movie Alien. They stuck it in my room, and I was a little kid, and I was terrified of it, so my dad would have to take it out. Now I wish I still had it because it was the coolest thing. You could pop this clear head off, Nate, and then you held the back of the head like a trigger, and you would pull it, and then the second jaw would launch out and go back. Bro, it was so fucking cool. I'm such an idiot for being scared of that shit when I was little.
But
I was probably 5 years old though, but it was so cool. During the day, I loved it in my room, but at night, I had to go. You know why? Because it glowed in the dark. The head did, and I didn't like that.
You had a collection poster too. Remember where like in the dark the alien would glow in the dark, but it was life size. He got that. I don't remember how you got it, but it was like a collector poster. And I remember he put it on the back of his door. He's like, "Come here, check this out." And it like you in the dark room, it was just this glowing alien on the back of the door. It was amazing.
I remember. Yep, you're right.
That was cool.
Yeah, we did have that. That was cool. Yeah, those were some of my favorites, man. I just wish I still had it. But yeah, like I said, if anybody who knows me that's been here knows I got shit like that everywhere. Pop dolls, Godzillas, you name it, man. I got like the big kid room. I don't want to grow up, dude. I'll be like an old man in a wheelchair in there watching fucking Masters of the Universe.
No,
I don't know anybody got this theory that you had to grow up and ruin your life. I look at guys like a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't know how old we are, but I look at most guys our age and I can't believe it, man. It's like, what the fuck? What happened to you? Like, why, dude? What's up with those New Balance sneakers and those Rustler denim wash jeans and a maroon polo with blue navy stripes? What the fuck's wrong with you, dude? My soul has not aged at all. I'm still.
Yeah, I think you lose a lot of yourself and who you are when you.
I agree.
Forget what it's like to be a kid. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like you can't lose that inner child.
Well, I was talking to my neighbor today. They go, "Hey, he's a real cool dude. He comes by. He has a German Shepherd. He walks by every day." He said, "Hey, Troy, I was out skating. My cousin was here, and he comes up and he says, "Did you see the house down there? Off such and such street? It's got some Halloween decorations up. Are you doing yours?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, but it's 97 degrees. It's still a little summery for me to be doing that. Like, I can't get into the spirit when I walk outside and lose 10 pounds going to the mailbox, right?" So I said, "Yeah, I'll go look." So I jumped on my electric skateboard. I slid up there and I looked at it, and it was like a couple little orange pumpkins over the lights and a little wooden ghost that says, spooky boo boo, whatever. So I came back. He goes, "It's tasteful." He goes, "But, you do the 4th of July for Halloween." So he goes, "It's not really fair to compare." So now this year I'm going to blow up. And I'm determined to do this, but I'm going to do Krampus this year for Christmas. There will be a Krampus on my roof. I'm doing that one movie with the face. Figure out a way. I'm going to talk to my dad about building a body. I'm going to have it up there, dude. It's going to be standing up there on my roof. I want him on the roof.
I am so jealous. I
love Krampus. I want to see him kill Santa in part 2. I want to stab Santa right in his neck.
Hold the phone for just a second. I think we should address the fact that Hollywood is trying to demonize Krampus when Krampus wasn't really a bad guy.
I don't know about that.
The legend.
I don't know about that. He was like me and you.
No, he was Santa's. They hung out together, and it was just Krampus's job that he had to be the bad guy to hand out the coals to the bad kids. So he got.
So it's like he was a good guy too. Poor guy.
He wasn't a bad guy. Look up the legend of Krampus.
Don't ruin him. I like him on the roof, sucking kids' souls into globes. Don't take that away.
I didn't say he didn't do that, but
okay, I was going to say.
Have you ever seen like the actual? I love watching this unfold in Germany. If you watch the opening parade for when Krampus is released into the towns, Santa is at the forefront, and it's like a huge festival and the parade, and it's a line of Krampuses behind him. And it is the awakening of Krampus for the holiday season, so that the children are aware that if they are not good, that Krampus is in the town and he has been released by Santa to messenger and collect the children. So it's like the coolest parade, and it'll give you chills when you watch it because Santa has like this amazing hat and he has this huge staff, and he is like this magical man at the front of this like parade of Krampuses and these, you know, half goat beast men. And it's like the most amazing, badass thing to see unfold. And it's like, if I was a child and my parents made me go see that friggin' parade, I'd be like, I swear to God, I've been so good. You don't have to
they're
put
getting
anything in my
so
shoes
amazing
tonight.
right now with abusing children on Halloween decorations. Let me tell you something.
Oh my God, did you see that thing I sent you?
No, but listen. So I went to this Halloween place today. There's like a Spirit Halloween, and then there's another Halloween store, and it's better. The other one I have by me is better. So there's like this big black monster hooded demon, and he has a child in his hands.
I've seen this.
And listen to this. It has a fog machine in the child, and he tells the child, your soul something, and he lifts her up to his face, and his mouth opens, and the child's soul in the form of fog comes out of the kid's face while he's shaking into his mouth, and then he just drops her back down. And he took her soul, and I'm like, that's the coolest fucking thing I have ever seen in my life. I mean, how could you not love that? And the clown that holds the kid upside down and he shakes it. You don't get any better than that. Like you should be terrified. You know, we all forget because we want to be so sensitive to kids. I'm like, oh my God, tell him it's okay. It's just a costume. You fuck that kid. No one said that to me. When we went I remember trick or treating, and they had a guy used to lay in a coffin. And when you'd walk up the driveway, he would come flying out at you. You'd shit yourself and drop all your fucking candy. And you wouldn't even go back to pick it up because you were too scared he was going to come back out. And that's the Halloweens that we should be at, because
It's true.
How cool that was as a kid. I'm not damaged. I didn't fucking rape a cat or anything because that happened. I just thought it was funny.
We lose that nowadays, though. He's right. We've lost the scare.
Did you not rape a cat?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Like, that was so random that it was very precise.
Well, because I was watching some on Jeffrey Dahmer, and his dad was doing a video, and his dad said, I guess we should have thought when he was masturbating over dead cats in the garage that there was a problem. Oh, you think? I mean,
maybe.
Yeah, that's a high tail sign.
No, I mean, come on, Nate. You got a boy. If you walked in, he was jerking off on a cat, you're not gonna be like, listen, it's dead. At least do it alive. And what are you gonna say to that? Like, how do you know that there's not a problem? There's a problem. So
no, I mean, I'm gonna say, hey, look, lock your fucking door, weirdo.
I love it. Lock your door, damn it. Lock your door. So
when you're doing shit that the world doesn't need to know about,
cover
your fucking
Can you
tracks.
imagine walking in on that?
God,
I mean, there's some humor in that. I know.
What are you gonna do with the carcass? You know, have you thought?
I'm gonna feed it to Daddy's crocodiles. That's what I'm gonna do, and it's gonna be an extra salty root cream flavor for the croc.
What?
That's way too detailed.
Where did this go? So fast.
Katie DeBarro said he would love that. Tucker would love that. I don't know what he would love, but I hope not what we were talking about.
Yeah, no, I think Katie may have missed part of
the conversation.
Okay, I was going to say.
Okay, well, disregard that last comment. I'm
lost at what that meant. Like
I don't know either, but I'm being held against my will. Please send help.
Copy.
Okay.
Blink twice.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks,
so I mean,
bro.
so that's what I mean. We need to get back to terrifying Halloween act. And sensitive people can fuck off. All of you out there, all of you watching, all of you overprotective little pussies talking shit, go fuck yourself. That's what I say. And I hope you clip this and put it on somewhere else, you motherfuckers.
They're not watching us, though.
Yeah, they do. They get on here and comment once in a while. Yeah, they do. Well,
we've already
kind of
set
rude.
up.
That's kind of rude, Troy. It's kind of rude. Look, it's Halloween.
They've all had heart attacks or seizures and are being rushed to the hospital now because of certain things we've said that offended them already.
The thing about Halloween that made it special as a
I
kid
agree.
was not just the trick-or-treating, but it was like the haunted houses and getting scared and like, you know, climbing up on your friend's back because you got scared walking through a haunted house. And then you come home at night and you're afraid to go to bed and you're covered up underneath the sheets. And like, you think every shadow is like, did that thing following me home? Because that's the fun part about Halloween. It's All Hallows Eve. And you create the pumpkins and the jack-o'-lanterns and you plan your Halloweens and you plan like Halloween horror nights and things like that. It's so fun.
Yep.
It's just
taking that away. They take that away. Everybody's a pussy.
Well,
Yeah,
I think you can only let it take away to an extent. Like you can still control the fun you can create for yourself. So yeah, like Halloween Horror Nights is still freaking scary.
Joseph Mazzone said he got arrested at a haunted house. Fun times, he said. See, now I like that kind of shit.
That's hilarious.
I like hearing that, man, because we don't have enough of that out there. And the only platform probably that I'm on right now that's kind of a problem is going to be Facebook. And you know what? They'll just ban me again because that's all they do that to me at least once a month.
Not unless you put any of this in writing. And then they won't even.
Oh, somebody will complain. There's some bleeding heart, lazy, fat piece of shit mom sitting on a couch right now and pissed off at me because I'm talking about killing kids and sucking out their souls. But intensive, I'm really not doing that. All I'm talking about is we need to scare the shit out of them again in Halloween because we were.
To this day,
our special guest is here, so we will not want to talk too evil about stuff right now until.
Real quick, speaking of shit that happens when you're a kid and then carrying it into adulthood, but not being traumatized, it's just.
I'll bring you on in a minute, April.
To this day, I still sleep with at least one hand holding the top of the sheets, all because of the scene in Nightmare on Elm Street where Freddy, or the ghost of Freddy, strangled the guy with his own fucking bed sheets and hung him. I was like, nah, that ain't gonna happen to me, motherfucker. Try it now. So to this day, and it's totally like. I mean, I'm aware of it, but I don't subconsciously. I go and grab and hold on to the sheets.
That's
right there,
awesome.
so you can't choke me out with them.
See, but that's what it should be about.
Brittany, your guest is here. I'd like you to introduce her so that I can bring her on.
Okay.
She's here waiting to come in. I see her name under the queue here. So as soon as you introduce her, I'm going to bring them on, and then I'll read some comments and get started.
Awesome.
That's awesome, Bill.
So again, my friend, Intuitive April, as she goes by, is a psychic medium, and she is our special guest of the night that I have brought on all the way from New Jersey. And you can look her up on Instagram. She has her own website. She does events and things like that. So Troy,
all right, I'm going to bring her on. Are you ready? Let's do it.
There she is.
I can't hear.
Can you hear us at all? Can you hear us now?
Oh, no.
Those speakers aren't working. It's okay.
Can't hear.
I don't know why.
It's okay.
Give me 1 second.
Huh?
We hear you.
We'll do the intro again.
We hear her. Yeah.
Do the intro again.
Into
Stall.
the studio, and let me just see what is wrong. Why I
You want
can't
me
hear
to
you
just
guys.
remove you from the stream? Boop! I took you off. We'll wait for you.
There we go. She goes live every day. She does live readings every day. She goes live.
It happens, Brittany. Sometimes
events all the time.
It just happens.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She's amazing. You guys will love her. For the skeptic of Nate, maybe she'll change your mind tonight.
Maybe.
Probably not, but I'm not. I don't.
You're such an ass.
Ever object.
Probably not.
I don't ever object to hearing about it. I like all of the stuff. I just, I don't know if I buy into a lot of the stuff, but
You don't have to.
I don't. No, I don't have to. Like,
I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot that you shouldn't buy into, but there's a lot that I can't.
I don't ever push it on the people that value that stuff, or like anybody else's beliefs or their beliefs. I don't necessarily have to share them, but I do exactly what I expect from them. Don't push
text her, Brittany, and ask
values
her
and religion on me
when she's ready to put a thumbs up.
Just did
I
that.
won't push mine on you, so I'm not.
Yeah. I like people pushing shit on me. I think it's great. I mean, it's fun, Nate. We've talked.
No, I have fun with it when they do. I'm just saying I don't do that to people. I don't impose my will on other people unless they turn into complete douchebags, and then I'll fucking will all over your face.
All of our wills.
Yeah. I'll will all over your face.
Whoa.
Take that metaphor however the fuck you want, I guess. Maybe I meant it that way. Maybe I did not.
Oh my God.
April,
So
you got to come in and
ridiculous.
save us now. We're just going.
She's up.
We're
She
going off the
jumped
rails.
off for a minute. She jumped off for a minute so she could fix
She's
her
probably
stuff.
signing back on. So guess what?
Yeah.
I think I said.
Nate, it said so. Jake Taylor says Nate sounds like he's trying to examine why he isn't religious right now. He said, "Explain." I fucking love Jake. I'm glad he's here. Good to see you, Jake.
Examine why I'm not religious. I'm not.
Yeah, it says
there's nothing to
Nate
examine. I know exactly why I'm not religious, but there's not much of an explanation necessary.
He said, "Explain."
Explain.
It's
Well,
gonna be good stuff. Look, like I just. There's quite a few things that
I'm putting it in a book, Jake. So I don't want to say it too much now because it's
that's fair.
Fucking chapter 4.
That's fair. See, I was thinking
chapter 4.
If you know, man, there's obviously something that's really, really cool out there, but to condense it, you know, it's not, and to make it what you want it to be, to do your thing, I just don't have time for it. But everybody knows how I feel. If you're simple-minded enough to take something as one thing and everybody else can fuck off, then you're not even, your intelligence level has to be questioned. It just has to be questioned.
Well, yeah, if you're so close-minded that you can't accept the fact
right,
that
because
there
a
could
true,
be some...
like if you read a true, let's take the Christian faith. The true Christian faith is to be accepting. So you're not supposed to be vengeful or judge according to their scripture, which is their Bible. You're not supposed to be vengeful or judge. That's God's job, according to them. But they do it. So they tell you that everybody who's gays can fuck off because God thinks they're disgusting. And if you have tattoos, and that's the era I grew up in. So, but that's not the true teaching of that religion. So what I'm saying is, it's not really that religion that's bad, in my opinion. It's what that particular type of person has bent it into become a bigoted, hateful, persecuting, fascist, shitty thing, and then to make money off of it. So that's what I don't like. It isn't necessarily that I feel like that about all religions, because that would be wrong, and everybody's entitled to believe what they want, but don't hurt anybody else and blame it on your religion. You know, don't do that kind of stuff. She's popped in and out a couple times. Brittany, I've seen her. It looks like she's still trying to figure with her microphone.
Yeah, that's what
she
it
might
looks
have
like.
something with her mic or something like that, and it's electronics, or maybe the spirits don't want her on.
She's not going to like that
way
much.
Too much bad mojo coming off of this.
She's not going to be happy about that. She's going to be like,
I mean,
back off.
So this guy thought he'd be funny the other day. I was talking to my mom driving across to the other coast, and we're like on this 2-lane highway, Highway 60, you know. The back of his car has all this bullshit on it I don't even want to recite because it's not worth it. So he decides he's going to brake check me.
Oh, gosh.
I said, okay, you motherfucker. So I just went around him on the median and in the grass, and I locked up so hard he had to go off the road. Then he stays away from me, so I was purposely slowing down to get next to him again. And if he was like this 300-pound, yellowish, piggy-looking guy, and he thought he was going to be a tough guy, and it didn't work out because, you know, like Justin told me the other day, is sometimes you just have to be somebody's karma. You know? Like it's like jury duty, motherfucker. You got to be karma sometimes. Sometimes you got to do it. It might suck, but it's got to be you. But that type of shit, like, why would you do that? Why would you brake check? You know that we're all we're trying to get to the same. What's wrong with you, man? You're out in the passing lane doing 45 and a 70. Are you serious right now? Like, of course, I've got 10 cars behind me, so he thought he was funny. That's all right. Not anymore. But he won't do that again. He found the first exit. He was gone. Bastard. Now, if I had been in the dually, it would have been a different story. I'd have probably did it so hard he'd have hooked up on my hitch, and I would have took off. I mean, I know something. That's what Jake would have done.
Jake can neither confirm nor deny.
Read Bill Murray's comment. I love this guy, man. Bill's awesome. Bill, also, I'm a little kicked in, man. I got a little THC telling me what to do, man. I'm letting that spirit flow, so God only knows what I'm going to say.
Hey, don't blame it. Don't blame it on the THC.
All right, I won't blame it on the THC. All right, I'm going to try to add her to the stream. All right, you ready, Brittany?
Yeah, is she back on? Because I know she was restarting her computer.
Yep, we're here. Ready?
Okay.
And can you hear us?
God.
There she is.
All right, I can hear you.
I did readings all day, so I don't know what happened.
I don't either. That's the coolest thing because now we hear you. I know you couldn't hear us before.
Yeah. And I'm watching everyone laugh, and I'm like, they're laughing at me.
No.
We were probably saying something inappropriate, and we were laughing at that.
I'm inappropriate, too. So
I think,
sometimes
my sister makes me blush, and I'm pretty bad, so I don't.
What?
Don't be fooled by that.
You say some pretty.
Yeah, don't be fooled by the Barbie haired shit.
Disgusting shit sometimes.
Not worth it.
I mean,
no, not my girl.
We can't repeat any of it on here, and that's
right. We certainly cannot.
Britt, I love your hair.
I do too.
Thanks.
It looks so good.
She's not dyeing it anymore. It's turning gray.
Yeah, it is. It really is. That's true. My hair has gone completely gray.
Welcome to the team.
You look like a Barbie doll. You really do.
It's like silver. People pay like $300 to get that color.
I know. It's crazy.
Kids.
Kids.
Stress.
Yeah. Have some of those.
It doesn't end. I have a 17-year-old. It does not end.
Wow, Brittany, look what you got to look forward to.
Yay.
Now, you know what? We're good friends, though. You know, we do everything together, but we do everything together. It's like everywhere I go. So there's no downtime.
That's true.
Brittany, you got any downtime either?
Huh?
You don't got any downtime either with the kids. But you know the best part about that is you get to get old, and then they get to wipe your ass and change your diaper while you're throwing coffee at them and shit.
That's true.
It's a big circle, man. It's a big circle.
There was one night, April texted me. What time was it? Like, I think it was like 12:30 or something.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, just got your text. What's going on? Blah, blah. And I was like, oh, hey, what's up? And she just stopped. She's like, wait, why are you up? I just realized what time it was. And I was like, I'm with the baby. Like, I don't sleep. She's like, oh, I remember those days.
Right, Nate? That was right? They don't sleep. Then you get to do it to them, and then you die. You come back and haunt them and their kids.
And then you die, and then you come to me.
And then you get to come back and haunt them. Exactly. I'll be kicking shit over in the house. I'm going to open doors and leave them open and let the dog out. Take all the batteries out of the toys.
Oh, my God.
So, Brittany, you had an exciting night. Like, I was looking at some of the video.
Yeah, let's hear it.
With the lights. It's funny. She went live. I went live with her.
Right.
And she caught these really crazy lights. Now, to top it all off, I was emceeing at a UFO conference.
Yep.
Wow.
So it was so bizarre at the same time. We're talking, because in between sets, while the speakers were talking, I would go outside, I would talk to Britt. And it's crazy that you were capturing these lights. That was insane.
Yeah, we had that one, like I said, that was ping-ponging, and it was super bright, and I was watching it, and it was literally on the same pattern. But the weird part is like after we hung up, and I went back to texting, and I said, oh, it's back again,
Yeah.
It like just stopped. It stopped moving altogether. It just sat for the longest time, and then it went away.
You know what was funny, though? But I think it was Richard Dolan or Mark D'Antonio was speaking about, how planes, they have to blink every 2 seconds. That's right. How you know it's a plane. Now, this was clearly not 2 seconds.
Mm-mm.
So that's how that's how I always grew up. Like, and I figured this out on my own because it was just so bright. No, but like with planes in the sky, you could tell by the pattern of how they blink.
Right.
So what she was showing, it was a very peculiar, sequence of lights.
Yeah.
So, and like, that's bizarre. And I don't know anyone who does that.
I'm over here on the West Coast, I'm in Tampa. And so anytime between about 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock at night, we see satellites as the sun is setting. And the satellites actually look like a small or a little bit larger star shooting across the sky in a multitude of different directions. But one of the coolest things that people come out and they're like, oh my God, that's got to be a UFO, is when those satellites have thrusters. So when they use their thrusters to speed up a little bit and get their momentum again, it leaves like an orange trail behind it. So it's like this rocket ship, and then it kind of fades out, especially when it gets out of the sun. And so, I see a lot of that over here. But what Brittany was showing last night, I'm not really sure what that was, unless you were just getting some reflections back, or if it, I just figure by now, as fucked up as we are, the UFOs would have already taken us. And, why are they looking at us like that? Hurry up and do something.
Something's going on. They're more active. They're coming out more, and there's something definitely is going on, because when I was driving into Pine Bush, this is upstate New York, and as soon as I'm getting to the area, I could feel the energy was different. I'm like, and I'm looking at the homes as I'm going past, and I'm like, there's issues going on here. And remember, I was talking to you because as a matter of fact, at this conference, I was saying how I believe a small percentage of hauntings are actually visitations from UFOs.
Yeah, she was saying that. I like that. It's a neat theory. I like that. It's a neat theory.
Yeah, not all of them. It's a small percentage. But then I'm thinking that now it's so weird how it's brought me to this, like with UFOs. This is something I really never touched on. This is personal preference I kept to myself of things I knew, what I pick up and I feel.
Sure.
But as I'm going through Pine Bush, I'm like, oh my God. I said, they must be experiencing activity in the homes that are actually visitations somewhat, or the energy coming off the area, because this is a hot spot now for UFOs. That's why they have where I was the Pine Bush UFO and Paranormal Museum. So there's a reason why it's there, Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So it's crazy. And then I know, Brett, I had talked about something with you, a show that you have done which I'm not going to bring up, but I'm saying like
Right.
it's similar. And I'm like, and I said to you, now I want to get down to the bottom of this place. Like, I want to talk to some of the people.
Yeah.
I actually want to take a drive through one day and just go knock on doors. Hey.
Well, I told you that last night. I said, we'll come up and join you. Remember, I told you that last night because I was like, I agree with you. I think that that's happening quite a bit. Because remember, we were having a talk about that the highway in Canada too. You know, I mean, you were able to zone in on that as well. And I think there's a lot to it that people aren't. I think it's a topic that certain people are scared of.
But I think if you bring it up and they're like, and they can relate to it, they're like, hey, wait, yeah. So, hey, you know what? What better two blondes going knocking at your door? Hey.
We think you might have visitation from space at your house. Yeah.
Everybody like, oh, Frank put you up to this, huh? Well,
yeah, somebody would totally think that was a prank for sure.
Yeah.
They knock on my door. Hey, we feel like you're like, okay, dude, where's the camera?
I know. I was trying to think today. I'm like, how can I approach this? Do I put it ad in the paper, online, on their?
I would say online.
As a matter of fact, you know where I was? It's next to the police station. I was going to pop on over there, but it was 1:30 in the morning. Thinking like she's out of her flipping mind. You know, hi, have you seen UFOs?
Yeah, but I mean, that's you might have made their night interesting. Heard some cool shit.
Yeah, I know, right?
You never know. Sometimes that stuff's pretty wild.
I want to make the submission to go back there. And I think it's so bizarre how I was brought here, you know, because somebody reached out to me to MC the place. And I'm like, why me? You know, like I'm a psychic medium, you know, like, but I understand. Then we were talking about the UFOs and I'm like, yes, I have seen it. I have seen, because the town that I live in is actually, they did a show on it. A&E did a show on it years ago. I don't know if it was the early 80s. This was a hot spot where a UFO landed in the park.
Oh, I know what you're talking about with all the kids. This kids at school that saw that.
There was kids at school. There was a teacher saw it.
Yeah.
Police officer, jewelry store.
That's right.
Yeah. So it was a bunch of people.
That was your neighborhood?
Well, you know what? This is where my husband lived, and this is where I moved to with my husband. And I remember, like, when we were dating, he was taking me for a ride to the park, and we're going past this park, and this fence up, you know, with the yellow, you know, paper up, you know, you do not cross, and there's a big black spot in the grass. And he goes, they say UFO landed there. I'm like, oh my God, this is right up my alley. This is before I told him about me, you know, myself, what I do. So
you're like, oh, honey, by the way,
I can read. So I can read people. I see dead people.
You do that over cocktails. You just wait a couple drinks in, and then he'll be like, really? Show me. I want to see too.
So I told him, but we kept it private for years. I didn't want to come out. You know, I wanted to have a normal life. You know, especially when you go out, like, oh, you know, if you tell people, they're like, read me. Do you see my grandmother? Is my grandmother here?
I hope not.
I know, right? So now I say I'm an accountant because I'm the furthest from that. My math is so bad. My agent makes fun of me all the time with my math. Like,
that's awesome. You should be like, I'm a real estate agent. Sorry, I don't.
Yeah, I know. I
don't talk to ghosts.
It's funny, a really good title, like something that I do that's really bizarre. Maybe you could think of a job for me that I could tell people.
Okay.
I'll tell you. I got it.
Just say I'm in acquisitions.
No. Listen, Nate and I have a really good friend named David Kledzik. And he has this really cool thing he tells everybody. He says, they go, what are you doing here? You know, he's out and about. He's at a bar. He's wherever. And then he said, well, it's my job to go into all the bathrooms and make sure that the please wash your hands before you go back out signs are put up. So he said he gets sponsored to go around and check all the restaurants and bars for those signs in the bathroom. That's a cool job. He's a sign inspector.
Sign inspector.
I thought that was freaking classic. Now I was going to touch on what you were talking about, April. I think that there's different educations or different intelligences for different things. Like somebody who's socially intelligent is somebody who can manipulate people and get them to start cancer and ruin things and bring everybody down in the morale at work, blah, blah, blah. You got people like that. And then you have, sometimes you're just not educated, and there may possibly be more mediums or people who are spiritually connected to the spirits outside of the flesh body, but don't understand what they're seeing. So I have some unique stories I'll get into, but you may be a psychic or a medium and not understand. And you may have seen what nobody else saw, and doesn't even look like a ghost. It just looks like a person walking in next to you. Mm-hmm. And you just look for different behaviors and mannerisms, and you begin to understand that everything's like a cycle and something will always be off. And so sometimes you'll see stuff and you don't even realize what you just saw. And so some people aren't in tune to it, so, and it's all about, I think it's going to be like an exercise, a mental exercise that you would have to have exercised and trained, because some people aren't as lucid with it. Like some people can't do it as easy as you can.
Yeah.
But I believe that there's more out there and they just may think they're crazy.
Yeah. But it does take training. It's like, too, like I have to keep up with it. It's like working out. If I don't work my muscle, I'm not going to, my muscles.
Sure. It just goes away and you get rusty.
You do get rusty. And, because I know, like when I was raising my daughter, I stopped doing readings completely. And then when I, announced I was coming back out, like I told my husband for the next few years what was going to happen. One by one, I said, listen, I'm going to start working again. I said, I'm going to be on a TV show. And he's like, what show? I said, I don't know, but I see myself on a TV show, which I was. So I'm like,
right.
But it was crazy. And then, but I felt rusty. So I said, I have to practice again. So, I started, training with Lisa Williams.
Nice.
Yeah. So I love her. She's a trip. She's always, hey, bro, you're not bloody charging enough for these people for your readings.
Like that's true. And that's a really good point, April, because
I don't want to though.
It's a good point that you got to keep exercising. Let people, evangelists do it all the time. They'll tell you God told them something for a small phenomenal fee of $100 in the tray. So, it's not just about the money sometimes, but like you said, it's about exercise.
It's not about that. And what's funny? Because I do a live show where I do live free readings.
Right.
And they're like, you're so nice to do. I said, no, I'm not. I said, I'm using you for practice.
Energy vampire, folks.
No, but I actually do try to get help. I'm sorry, there's a gnat in my house.
I think that was a ghost with a feather.
I know.
That was me, and it's pronounced Nate.
It's funny.
I'm up in this corner up here.
I want to try and help as many people as I can, but it is my full-time job to do this too. So,
and that's a lot. That's a lot. You gotta be like, I think you also got to be mentally strong, because there's a lot of bullshit you probably don't want to tell somebody.
Now, you know what? I got to tell you, it's how I say it, how I express what I'm seeing. Like, because some people,
right.
I heard horrible readings like, listen, you're going to be in a car accident and crack your head open, or something like, or you're going to be in a car accident. No, that's, I told somebody recently, my best friend's daughter, I was reading her and I said, listen, you're going to be in a little car accident. I said, don't worry. You're not going to be hurt. I said, but I am going to tell you, you're getting a ticket because she won't stop tailgating. Well, she had the little fender bender, but it wasn't bad. I there's a way to present it. There's
right.
I tell people, listen, your job is going to end soon. I see them letting go your department, but on the good note, I said, I see you getting another job 2 months from now with more money. You're getting 10 grand more in your salary. So you know what? Once they let you go, you take this time, take this little mini vacay. This is a little mini vacay for you. This is the universe saying, take it easy, take a little time for yourself. And then that other job's coming up and it's more money. So you win.
There you go. Hey, that's a good way to put
awesome.
it. You're fired, but don't worry too much. You'll be doing good. It's cool.
Yeah. There's always a bright side. There's a solution to everything. Not everything is negative. When you get these negative people put negative and puts doubt into somebody's head, that's what they're going to walk around with. I will not allow that in, and I will not do that to another person.
And that's why I love you, April.
That's good.
I'm just in love with your hair. I want your hair.
Okay.
You really do look like a little Barbie doll.
You're ridiculous.
A Barbie doll, Brittany, that's great.
If Barbie doll had an evil, psychotic, demonic twin, maybe.
Well, we all do.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
We are women, right? Right, Britt, we're women. So
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Don't push me, Nate. Don't.
Listen,
I'm just kidding.
My husband always says, he goes, I always hear you having fun with all your clients, and when you're doing your show, you laugh. And did you tell them about what you put me through out here?
She neglected to inform us.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That is so funny.
Somebody said somebody said to me this week, and I forget who it was, and you're a villain in somebody's book.
I tell my kids that all the time.
You're a villain in somebody's book, right, Nate? I mean,
Oh, always. Yeah. I mean, like, so my kids ask all the time, they're like, oh, is that guy a bad, like we're watching a movie or TV, is that guy a bad guy? I'm like, to a bunch of people, he's a bad guy, but to a bunch of people, he's a good guy. It really depends on where you're standing. I'm like, same thing with me. Like, to some people, I'm a fucking ruthless asshole, piratey fucking douchebag, worthless motherfucker. And to other people, I'm highly valued and I'm not a jerk. So it really just depends on where you're standing.
All right, everybody's going to comment. Can you tell me how highly valued Nate is in the comments so I can please post
I don't know, but Brian Graves said Brit
none of those people are in the comments.
Brian Graves said Brit is a babe. I guess he's on YouTube. He's watching us on YouTube right now.
Yeah, Brian Graves. I see him on there. Brit is a babe, Brian Graves said.
Be careful.
Whoa.
Brian. Her husband is like 8
feet
Nate's
an asshole.
I take that as a compliment.
But Brittany's married. Brittany's married to a Sasquatch.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful, Brian.
Do I have my own? Well, I would say he's more like the legendary giants, the red-headed giant race that was around.
I would go with that one before Sasquatch. He's an asshole. Oh, that's from my wife. That's perfectly appropriate.
That's so funny. Does anybody have any questions for April?
I told you I don't have anybody that's going to compliment me that watches this show.
Why is that?
This is interesting. I'm gonna put it up from somebody here that's talking to us at the moment. If you guys want to read that?
Oh, it's small print.
Get your glasses out, Nate.
I mean, I can read it to you. He's talking about.
How crazy is this, April? We just talked about this today.
So Joseph says, occasionally I have a black shadow that shows up. I've seen it in my side view mirror. It's past my car window, nice, and I've seen it going up my stairs for a few weeks and then goes away. Listen, I'm totally understanding of shadow people. We have some other friends that are mediums as well, and we talk about what those are. And you know what? If you want to touch on that, April, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be anything to touch on.
I know a lot of times, and I have encountered many shadow people, and personally too. But for some reason, with you, who is this? I'm sorry, who was that talking? Oh,
Joseph. He's a friend of ours. Joseph Mazzone.
Joseph, there was some kind of trauma from your past when you were younger, and This is actually some shadow figures are manifestations of a trauma from our lives, and that's what I'm seeing. That's why it keeps on following you. It's a trauma that kind of came to life from this energy, because it's like kind of trauma, negative energy that came to life. So it's appearing as a shadow figure. It's not an entity, but I know it keeps following you. But the only thing with this is it might attract real spirit around you in your home. But this is a trauma that you have experienced in a younger age. I'm seeing like really young, like 3-4 years old, and something at 17. Can you tell me if this happened?
Yeah, if he said when he comes back up in comments, I'll post it. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Wow,
but not all shadow people are spirits. It is actually manifestations from traumas from our lives.
That's really
awesome.
Cool.
But then you get the shadow figures, which the one I encountered when I was a kid. When I first started seeing spirit was at the age of 4, and my birth father passed away when I was 2. My mom remarried 2 years later. We moved to our new home, my stepdad, and my dead deceased dad came to visit me in my room.
Wow.
And I remember, I don't remember this. The story is told. I woke up screaming, "Daddy's here, Daddy's here." But after that, now I do remember all this other stuff. That's the one thing I can't remember, but I can remember all the other visitations. I had every spirit from 100-mile radius coming in to visit me, and they were not nice. So where there is a spirit, like the portals, like it opened up a portal. My dad opened up a portal. It let other spirits in, and it let bad spirits in. And I was so young, and I didn't know what was going on. So the bad ones were like attacking me and scaring me into not going in the right direction with this.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's creepy as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say.
So wait, so now the one night I wake up and they're messing with me. They're messing with me so much. They're invading my dreams. They
Oh wow.
started making me think I was I could fly down my stairs. So I would sleepwalk up to the top of my stairs and get ready to like fly down the stairs, and I would wake up.
Wow.
But
That's
the one
good.
black figure that came, the shadow figure that came to visit me, this is the one night I woke up. And this thing was a manifestation. No, this wasn't a spirit. This was a manifestation from my trauma, plus from all the spirits coming around that followed me for many years I had to get rid of. But I woke up one night in bed. I was facing the outside. I turn over, and there's a black little shadow figure in my bed with two red eyes. And it kept repeating, I'm going to get you. Said it 3 times to me. I'm going to get you. And I'm like, I remember thinking, it's like, no, you're not. And I like ran out of bed. This thing followed me for many years.
Wow.
And I actually got rid of it in a dream. So it's crazy, but these are also manifestation. This thing manifested from the trauma from my life, but with other spirits around. So it was crazy. And then I experienced a lot of other spirits in my home, like this tall, thin man in a gray suit would like stand at my doorway. I would hear him walk up when I was a little kid, just walk up, and I could see him and feel him, but in my head, not physically see him, just standing there, and I could hear his heavy breathing. But for some reason, he could never cross this threshold.
Wow.
I never figured out why. But I
would move.
A spirit came to help me, and I actually physically saw him. I was watching TV, and all of a sudden something caught my eye, and I saw this man manifest, a man in a bomber suit. But this is a real apparition. But I kept like closing my eyes, open, and he's still there. I did like 3 times, and then the 4th time he disappeared. I physically saw him, and it was a guy in a bomber jacket. To find out that it was my stepdad's brother Rudolph that passed away, and he was actually helping me against all these, spirits coming in my house.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So I'm just afraid for Joseph that others might show up.
Come in.
Manifestation, others might show up. And it might very well be that he might have some abilities.
Wow.
Has Joseph responded yet?
No,
Troy?
nope, I'm waiting for him. Nope, he hasn't responded yet.
Well, Joseph dropped a bomb on us, and I gave you a whole lot of information. Where the hell did you go?
No, he's still here.
Maybe
he's thinking about what he's going to write.
Maybe we'll just have to revisit that on another show. That's
exactly what we're going to do.
Segue for a part 2.
We are absolutely. He said, "I've actually been told about other spirits." He just commented. He said, "I've actually been told about other spirits."
Okay.
So obviously someone's told him about it before, and then he said,
"Oh, you know what? There's your spirit."
He said he was rolling a joint. I see spirits and I do that.
I generally see spirits after I finished rolling the joint.
You guys all stay put, but for the rest of you out
the
there,
joint disappears.
Thank you for coming on the Croc Show. All you guys stay put. Don't go anywhere. You guys stay here.
Yeah,
the rest of you that were watching the Croc Show, I appreciate you coming out this Sunday. I know it was Memorial Day weekend, and I'm sure all you guys took a little bit of break and come in. We are posting. Once I put this up, it'll be live now, and it's going to be posted on Facebook, mine, and the Motley Croc Show, and our YouTube channel, which is the Motley Croc Show. You guys can go see that. I want to thank April for coming out with us. Brittany, thanks for bringing her on too. This has been awesome. I think we should definitely do a part 2, and I'll get with some of these guys, and we'll have people throw some questions out next week.
And I'll give April a quicker. I'll give you more time.
I figured. I said, Brittany, do you have anybody that would want to play tonight? Because we know that these types of shows sometimes on these days when it's like sometimes it falls on it. I remember one time we did it on one night, and it was like Super Bowl Sunday. So we know people don't come out and do it. We just recorded it anyway. So I just thought it'd be kind of fun to get a guest on here and have a really good time. So
yeah,
I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast. Thanks for coming out, guys. You guys stay with me here. Our viewers, thanks for coming on. Nate, you want to go ahead and close it out?
Yeah, rock out with your croc out, motherfuckers. Peace.
Well, that's nice.